Today, we're diving into the mind of a bold thinker. I'm your host, Joel Bennett, and today's guest is someone whose story captures the magic of motherhood, discipline, creativity, and chasing dreams. Dr. Camille Bowen-Forbes is a Jamaican-born, Edmontonian-based author whose debut book is already making waves. Her book draws on the real life journey of her daughter's passion for gymnastics and the many life lessons wrapped inside that adventure. Camille joined us to talk about writing, resilience, motherhood, and what it means to raise dreamers. Welcome to the show, Camille. You're now officially a member of the One Step family.
Thank you, Joel. It's my pleasure.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you.
How was your journey here? Your drive here?
Oh, it was pretty nice. No problem at all.
So before we get into this, Camille, I have a icebreaker question for you.
All
So I
right.
want you to choose one from this particular highlight. Your favorite movie, your favorite food, or your favorite author?
Okay, let's go with my favorite food.
Yeah,
So my favorite food is roast breadfruit and ackee and saltfish.
look at you. Look at you trying to have me salivate on the show
Yeah.
before we even start. Have you made any since you've been here in Canada overall? Roasted
I-
breadfruit?
I've baked breadfruit.
You've
So
baked.
I've roasted it in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it turned out pretty good.
I heard people mention that you can put it in the microwave and it actually does a good. Is that true? Does a good job.
I don't doubt that it is, but I try to limit
Yeah.
my use of the microwave, so that would be a long heating, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't do that, but I'm sure it would work out good. Once the breadfruit is good, it doesn't matter how you do it.
Roast breadfruit and ackee and saltfish
Yes.
with some Scotch bonnet pepper.
Of course.
Tied up
Always.
inside. All right. Thanks for sharing that, Camille. Now let's start from the beginning or at the beginning. Take us back to your roots in Jamaica. What was your childhood like? And how did those early years shape who you are today?
Well, I had a very happy childhood, humble and happy. Lived with my parents in an extended family, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. And it was just a lot of love, a lot of laughter, a lot of good food. And we were, and still are, a Christian family.
Yeah.
So that's something that's very important.
Yeah.
To us, it has always been, and it has characterized how we do life.
Yeah.
So it was, my mom was a school teacher,
Yeah.
and she pretty much taught the whole community at kindergarten.
Which parish was
School.
that? I feel like I never got the part.
St. Catherine.
St. Catherine.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was just living life,
Yeah.
happy, mindful, loving school. I always had a lot of friends. I love to laugh, love to sing ever since I was a little kid. Education was very important for my family.
Yeah.
And so my siblings and I, and cousins, some of them, turned out to be teachers at some point
Okay.
in life.
Okay. What about the storytelling gift? Where
The
did
gift?
that? Who
Well-
nurtured that one, or where did that one come from?
Well, my throat. When I was in high school,
Yeah.
I loved, my two favorite subjects were language arts, which is English, we called English language at the time,
Yeah.
and food and nutrition.
Okay.
And so I used to write a lot of poems
Oh, okay.
and stories, and so that's kind of where it started.
Yeah.
I love to read,
Mhm.
and I also really love to write.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the poetry aspect of your writing development, that's where the seed all started to germinate from.
I think that's where I realized how much I liked it,
Yeah.
and my teachers realized how good I was at it. In particular, Mrs. Reed, who was my language arts teacher.
Shout out to Mrs. Reed if still around.
At Samir High School. Yeah, she kind of helped me hone the talent.
Yeah.
But from even primary school, we call elementary school here, we used to read poems and try to write poems. You may recall writing poems like My Life as a Pencil.
Absolutely.
And that's where it started, being creative with writing. Yeah.
Okay, just a small share. How did all of that lead to Edmonton, Canada, Alberta to be specific? How did the journey of that lead here?
Well, let's just say I entered Edmonton as a visiting professor at the University of Alberta. I am a food chemist by profession. I did a PhD in food chemistry at the University of the West Indies in Jamaica. And I was a visiting professor at the chemistry department at the University of Alberta here for a few months. And then from that, we stayed on here in Canada and did some teaching at the university, did some research and such like. So that's how the entrance to Canada started.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing that, Camille. Let's dive into the debut book itself, which centers around your daughter's gymnastic journey. What inspired you to turn this personal experience into a book? Wonderful book, might I say.
Thank you. So I was working as a research associate
here in Canada
at the University of Alberta.
Okay,
here. This was last September at the time. I got a call from my brother who lives in the United States. He was excited telling me that his son, who was 12 at the time, his name is Jordan, wrote a book about how he boldly overcame his fear of dogs. I was so excited and proud of my little nephew. And then I thought to myself, Camille, what are you doing? It seems like you're wasting time here. Because at that time, I had a spreadsheet of the book ideas that I have. Some for children, some for adults.
Okay.
And it was just sitting there.
So you had the idea.
And I thought, let me get started with something. And the first thing that popped into mind is to write about Carissa. You know, why did that one pop in? I'm not sure. Maybe it would probably be the easiest place to start and a fun place to start, a very inspirational place to start. So that's where the idea first came from, to get started with writing.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Tell us about the title of the book and what does it symbolize to you?
So the book is entitled Carissa's Gymnastics Adventures. I Want to Be a Gymnast. So it is the first book in a series. Carissa's Gymnastics Adventures is the series title, and I Want to Be a Gymnast is the title of this first book, book one.
Okay.
Yes. So, sorry, back to the question.
What does it symbolize?
So, Carissa is very, very gifted. You know, I acknowledge that God gave her a gift to do gymnastics. We kind of saw that in her since she was a toddler.
And we're getting into that.
So, this book means sharing with the world a gift that God has given to my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah. And
okay.
And sharing some life principles and lessons from her journey.
Okay. Okay. You mentioned that you've always intended to write because you had some rough ideas. What were the moments, especially, you know, the point that you say to yourself, you know, I'm going to push through and get this done? Was it just the inspiration from, was he your nephew?
Nephew. That was, I would say, the catalyst that got me started, because I didn't wait days to get started. It was right after that, within that same week, one day when I was having lunch, I started writing on the back of a rough paper from work. I just started writing. I still have that sheet, the first page of the book, the first few pages in rough draft. So that is really where it started. If I did not get that call about my nephew starting his book writing journey, probably I would still just have ideas on a spreadsheet.
12-year-old nephew.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
No, hey, listen, you may see me smiling here, but we think inspiration only come from like someone with years of experience who have written a number of books. But from the mouth of babes,
yes,
right? That's kind of where your wisdom came from.
Yes, and I acknowledge that in the book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The first time I wrote the dedication of the book, I dedicated it to Carissa.
Yeah.
And when I thought about it, I said, of course, Carissa, but it started somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because the book would not have been if it weren't for my nephew and his work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. And I know there are probably individuals who have the same ideas that you have. They have the rough draft maybe under the mattress somewhere. So, and I'm sure this is going to kind of inspire those individuals to say, let me take these off and dust them off, get things going. What is the writing process like? Can you break down how that unravel? Just the writing process to get to the finished product.
So for me, well, I like rhymes, and this is a children's book. So I decided to use rhymes as a genre for writing, and that was very easy for me. I also decided to make the book a non-fictional book.
Yeah.
So you have to be creative to write, but then you don't have to dig too deep to be overly creative because you're writing the facts.
Yeah.
So first of all, I framed it that way. I'm writing a true story. I'm writing it in rhymes, and I thought about what aspects of the story I wanted to tell, and it was told in chronological order. Yeah. And I didn't want to miss anything out. So even as I wrote, I went back to put in other details so that the story was well-rounded. So that's kind of a big overview of how the process was. So I kind of crafted it to write the titles of the different aspects that I wanted to cover, and then ensure that it flowed in terms of timing and phrasing. I wrote maybe within a week. I would write 2 or 3 days. It did not take a long time to finish because I totally enjoyed.
It was fun.
Right, it was fun for me. Okay. I was so excited. I thought this book would have been ready in a few weeks because it was kind of very easy for me and it was fun. And I was talking with someone and they said, writing part is the fun part. I'm like, huh? That's just the start. Then when you talk about putting the book together and the illustrations, and that's where the challenge begins. And I found that to be true with my process as well. The writing part was fun. It was easy for me. Once I got all the parts together and put them in order, that was good. And before I moved to the illustrations, which was the more challenging part of the
I can imagine.
process, probably the most challenging part. But there were others who helped me. So I sent the script to my family, my siblings, my parents. There were a few people from church. I just said, look at this and tell me what you think. And so the book is over 90% what I had, but there are some few tweaks that I got from ideas that others shared, like kind of think about this, you want to change that, or so I acknowledge that. So I'm thankful for that.
Your editor was deeply involved. Was there an editor?
I did not have an editor per se. I did find someone online who did light editing, very light. And to be honest, I didn't take much of what the person did. And there was another one who would have done deeper editing, but it would have been over my budget, which I did not have much of a budget. So, but they did give me some pointers anyways. But to say I had an editor, no. Okay. I read and proofread, and then a few people read it for me, which made a big difference as well. So kudos to friends and family for helping me with the book. Yeah,
thanks to all those persons who supported Camille. You guys are much appreciated. How did Carissa react to seeing her story being told, by the way?
She was excited. When I said it to her at first, she was like, whoa, she's like, I'm going to become famous. I laughed. I mean, she doesn't really fully understand the implications of becoming famous. And I don't put her out there like that.
Yeah.
To be honest, when the book was ready, because I self-published on Amazon, KDP, I took pause and I said, Lord, should I do this? Because it's all well and good I put a book out there that is about me, but this is my 8-year-old child at the time. What's going to come from this? And she didn't ask for it, so should I do this? And I kind of ran the thoughts to my sister. And she said, just pray over it and let it go.
What's the name of your sister?
Tracy.
Tracy, okay.
Yeah, a year and a half younger than I am. And she encouraged me, pray over it, let it go. And I said, okay, let me do that. And I continued to pray over it. And I said, I let it go in God's hands. Yeah.
And the end product is really good, might I say. Again, wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. And to back up a little bit, I wasn't finished. So I spoke about writing the book. But also the illustrations. So I have another friend. She lives in the US as well. Altricia is her name. She's also an author. I asked her about illustrations, and she told me about an app called Fiverr, Fiverr, I think. And I went on Fiverr and I found illustrators there, and I tried out a few of them, and then I thought that Nadim's work was fitting for the book, and so I chose him to do the illustrations.
So when you talk about the illustration, are we making reference to the character, the images and stuff?
Right, the images. So I gave him a file of manuscript. That's the word I'm looking for. The manuscript of the book broken down by page, and also the ideas that I had for illustrations, what I wanted on the pages. And that guided him as to how to do. And I had several changes that I wanted to make, and he worked pretty well with with my vision, helping my vision to come to life.
Kids should love that the whole pictures and the whole illustrations of your daughter and her gymnast ability. It captures my eye being an adult, right? So I can only imagine for the younger audience.
Yes, I mean, everyone who looks at the book, one of the first things they say, I love the illustrations.
It's beautiful.
Adults, children,
It's beautiful.
Wow. Thank you.
Gymnastics. Let's get into gymnastics itself. It's such a demanding and a beautiful sport too. What did you learn as a parent watching your daughter go through the highs and lows of that? Must have been scary too.
So if I back up to that and get to that. So, sorry, as I said, Carissa was very much a gymnast at home. She lived on the floor. When she was a toddler, she would not walk down the stairs. She would just slide down. I'm like, what's this? She couldn't even walk. And was she a toddler even? So her balance was great, and she just loved it, and she just never a moment where she's standing. And so one day a friend of mine was visiting for a few days, maybe a day or two, and I was upstairs doing some work on the computer, and I heard her say, Carissa, your mom and dad holding you back. And I knew she was doing gymnastics, and I thought there at that moment, not another second of it. I'm going to get her, I'm going to find a gymnastics camp for her. It was July. So I stopped what I was doing. I Googled and I found a camp. And it was on a Monday, and it was going to be the second week of the camp. And I registered her and got her in that same day. And by day 2 of the camp, the head coach called me and said, you've got a superstar on your hands. And she said she discovered Carissa. I laughed to myself. Okay, I don't know about that. But she saw that from the start. And she said, so then we started talking about having her do gymnastics in the fall coming up, and she said, let's get her started in the competitive team. And I think that was unprecedented to have someone who just started in gymnastics go straight to the competitive team, but she was so good.
Yeah.
And so she started in September, or was it August, on the team, and then in February of the next year, she started competing.
Wow.
That was 4 years ago. So, yeah.
I mean, I just want to take this moment to highlight when we observe certain characteristics with our children, you know, not to see it as being, you know, maybe too much or abnormal. There might be some talent there
Yes.
that they were born with, because it sounds like that's what it was or is for Carissa. She's naturally talented.
Yes, and she was born with great muscle tone too.
Who do we need to thank, daddy or mommy?
Well, I think we both do, but I think more dad.
Yeah.
Dad than mom. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. She's honest.
Yeah.
So, again, back to that question itself. What did you learn as a parent just watching your daughter go through this journey itself, the highs and the lows?
Yeah. It showed me to just have faith and trust God.
Yeah.
You know, because of course there were some anxieties about, you know, what if she falls, what if she hurts herself, and she has gotten hurt before, but thankfully nothing serious. You know, the most serious one is when she was doing a flip or something and she hurt her neck and her back, her neck, and I was like, oh, we had to take her to the hospital, but she was okay. I sore and needed a few days, but she was fine. So I learned to trust God, to continue to support her as best as possible. I think that's one of the greatest things that I have learned from that, is to just trust God. Because when she's out there doing that, there's hardly anything I can do to protect her. You know what I'm saying? So I leave it to God. Say, Lord, you've got her. Just cover her. Yeah.
That's an absolute good approach, because just stepping outside, anything can happen to us.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But at the same time, we're parents, so we're wired to be scared seeing children doing stuff that, you know.
Yeah.
Were there moments where you wanted to say, you know what, kind of too much, too scary here, and we want to give up or quit?
Never. No, never. Thankfully, she has never been that badly hurt. But I've never thought of quitting, and she doesn't look like she has any quit in her bones. Yeah. And so it encourages me to keep encouraging her.
Okay.
Yeah.
For many authors, writing is more than just storytelling, I would say. It can be also a healing process as well as an awakening process too as well. Was that true for you? And I mean, what I'm trying to make reference to is, at any point did you feel like, you know, you wish you had the opportunity to experience this as a child yourself?
So I'm an athletic person too.
Oh, okay. What sports did you play?
I did play netball at the high school level. I represented my high school, Temiri High. Okay. Netball, I played the center position. That was fun. I loved that. And I was champion girl at my primary school or elementary school, like in grade 2 in athletics. Oh, okay. So I was kind of fast.
Oh, so you're in track and field too?
I did that in primary school. Of course, it wasn't anything it was sports day. Yeah. I was just fast, right? But I never did go to club training or anything like that. And if I did have the opportunity, no doubt I would have done very well at gymnastics. But I never looked at Carissa and thought, oh, what if I had the opportunity? No, I'm just happy for her and the opportunity that she does have. The writing wasn't, I can't say it was a healing process. That wasn't the purpose of the writing, really. It was to share this beautiful gift that God gave her, that God gave me, and to kind of chronicle her journey at this point. I think it's kind of pretty neat and unique. I think she'll go all the way. By God's grace.
At no point, because I'm envisioning you in those years when you were in the whole athletics in school, younger years. And now you see your daughter in something somewhat similar.
Yes.
Don't you see a little piece of yourself there? No switch got turned on when you kind of see yourself in her at some point or the other.
I see myself in her all the times.
Just tied with gymnastics, though.
Yeah, I mean, I was a frisky person.
Yeah.
And I have good balance. So based on those physical characteristics, and I'm a very excited person too, and I'm lively, and those come into play with gymnastics.
Yeah.
But I've never yearned for gymnastics because of what I saw in her. I'm happy for her. Yeah.
Might not be gymnastic, but just the life, she's not wrapped up in. But I understand what you're saying, though.
To be honest, no, I can't identify with that.
Maybe not yet. All right. Let's touch a little bit more on culture itself, or our cultural background, your cultural background. Did that play any part in informing your writing style, or maybe the voice itself that's in the book?
I would say so. As you know, Jamaica was an English colony. Absolutely. So we tend to write a bit more formally. Yeah. So I think so, and that's how we talk sometimes too. So some of that came out a little bit. So this is written from Kirisa's perspective. Okay. And so I had to make some changes to the manuscript because I was writing a little bit too, say, formally for a child. Maybe still there are a few things that she wouldn't have said it that way. Yeah. But then I wanted to get some patois in, and I couldn't find, where do I put it in?
I saw a little piece.
Yeah. And so I when I gave it to my brother O'Neill, he's now a minister of religion in Jamaica. Okay. He read it and said, that is missing. So when he said that, I said yes, because I was thinking the same thing. And I thought, where do I put that in? And so I thought the best place was when Auntie was saying, Kirisa, your mom and dad are holding you back. So I put that in there, and also Kirisa's perspective on it, because she's now telling the reader that this is patois, that Auntie is talking. Sometimes she breaks into patois, right? As we all do as Jamaicans, we break into it, or maybe that's just how we speak most of the time. So I got it in there, but the book couldn't be a patois book, otherwise it would have been lost on the audience here, right?
But it reflects the culture nonetheless in small portions.
Yes, and I'm glad that I had it captured there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm glad when I saw it. So I saw
and that did happen. She was like, Auntie, look, I mean, nobody's holding up my back. And she really laughed, like, oh, that's not what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. I'm sure you're going to be writing more books. Pretty sure it's going to be a series. In the same genre. Like, what's that going to be like?
Yes, I plan to keep it similar to this one. And just to add that each book will have a French version. So the French version of this book is pretty much ready. Okay. Maybe a few tweaks, and then I'll have that out pretty soon. Mm-hmm. The second one is coming up. I will keep the focus of that secret for the time being. Should I share?
I mean, I would feel so special right now. So be shared at my show. So.
Okay, so she did go to Orlando last. Actually, it's this year in February for a meet. Yeah. And she did come home with gold. It was so exciting, so much fun. And then we got a chance to go to Disneyland. So it's going to be an Orlando theme, a Disney theme for the next book.
I like that already.
Yeah.
I do. Thank you for sharing that on the show called One Step. Let's talk about the journey. Now, representation matters. I of course, you realize I tend to put a lot of emphasis on that, right? Especially in children's literature. Mm-hmm. What message do you hope this book sends to young girls, especially Black girls and immigrant families?
Message, you can do it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Message, go for it. And keep on working at it. Yeah. So even when it doesn't feel good, if you feel in your heart you should be doing this, just get up and go again. Yeah. So I didn't want people to look at the book and see themselves in the book. Little black girls in particular, as Carissa is, but not just little black girls. If you turn the pages, you will see maybe Chinese or Japanese. You will see Indian. Of course, you'll see whites. We're Jamaican. Most of the kids at her gymnastics club are white. But there are some. It is a diverse mix. So I wanted to see that, to represent that in the book.
What about message to parents?
Yes,
I mean they're behind all this, right?
Of course, and for the little ones, it's the parents who will be reading it. The message for parents is support your child to the best of your ability. Parents oftentimes do that, but there are sometimes we are afraid.
Yes,
and because of our fear, we hold our children back.
Absolutely.
If I held on to my fear, which I did have, I would have held on to her at home, just breaking down the couch and all, and that would be the end of it. She still breaks down the couch, but she's doing much more than that now, because I let go of it with encouragement and just trusted God. So I say, let us as parents not cause our fears or anxieties or limitations to hold back our children. I'm
gonna leave that there. I was gonna add something, but you literally just you highlighted most things. Did I interrupt you just now?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that, Camille. What's the community response been like since this book has been out so far?
So the response from, say, the Black community has been pretty good. I've had support from people coming in when I do my book signings. I had a lady, when I had a book signing at West Edmonton Mall about a week ago. A lady came in and she had 2 daughters with her. The younger one was 14 years old. This book targets 2 to 9 years. Of course, it goes from 0 to 1,000.
I read it.
Right, but that's the niche target age. But her daughter was 14, but she said, we don't see enough of these books out there. And she got the book for her daughter anyway, and I'm pretty sure her daughter will like it too. So people have embraced the book, black, whites, all cultural groups.
So I'm guessing you would agree, or you kind of touch on it nonetheless. Do you agree that there's enough space for Caribbean and immigrant stories in Canada to get publishing? What's your opinion on that?
I believe the space is wide open. It's for us to go and fill it.
Take it.
Yes, I believe so. So this is, the book here is self-published. Maybe at some point it may be published otherwise. But that is one way I would encourage people to get started, to get started on their journey. And because it didn't cost anything for publishing the book on Amazon. They get a cut, a sliceable cut. But if you go with a publishing house, it's the same thing, you know? So I would say certainly there is a space. Challenges, what doesn't have challenges?
Exactly.
So I say just go for it.
Thank you for that. Obviously you're going to be creating a series of books here from what you've shared so far, and I'm imagining I'm going to say a platform too. How do you hope to use this platform going forward with the books to come and even this one?
So I will be sharing with schools, children from schools, and so exposing them or enriching them with more content from the Black perspective, which I have already begun to do. So the book is now at a few school libraries in the city of Edmonton, and I plan to have it in other libraries. So I have gone to schools during Black History Month to share books. So now when I go, this will be one of the books that I share on, and other books, in particular from Black authors. I do have an Instagram page that I will use to share information about the book, but there are also other things that I will be sharing about life lessons and so on, From time to time, I will go and do that.
Yeah.
So I'll use this platform for good.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thanks for sharing that. Before we continue, I just want to take this opportunity to give roses to individuals who have played their part in creating this book. To my 12-year-old nephew, and this is coming from Camille, by the way, I'm just reading the dedication. To my 12-year-old nephew, Jardine, who inspired me to get started on my book writing journey when he published his first book on how he bravely overcame his fears of dogs. I love dogs, man. Also to my friend Denise, who gave me the boost I needed to sign up for frisky, energetic daughter Carissa for gymnastics training. Thanks to our Heavenly Father who blessed her with a beautiful heart and many talents for being ever faithful and true. I figured I would just give some rose out while we're here. Okay. Now, before we wrap, let's do a quick call it lightning round. The first thing that comes to your mind in relation to the book itself. First thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, jeez.
I know I put you on the spot, right?
Well, it's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing that most people see when they look at the book. The illustrations are so beautiful. So maybe that.
It's a beautiful book.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's something. The first thing that comes to my mind is just happiness, seeing kids just being kids. So I figured I'll share that thought for myself instead of just putting you on the spot.
Thank you.
I seek absolute happiness.
Yes.
You know, children need the opportunity to be themselves. And she's expressing her talent in her identity. That's what came to my mind. How can individuals find you, follow you, support you? Let's get into that.
Well, I have an Instagram page. It's called Camille's Pen with 2 N's at the end. So CamillesPenn. So that's the primary way that I encourage people to order the book. Just come on and let me know you like a copy, and we can take it from there.
And follow you too, because you know.
Yes, of course. Come on, follow me now.
Is Instagram the only social media environment you're on? Or just the one that you're willing to share?
Right now, this is the main one.
Okay.
I have a Facebook page, a general Facebook page. I think Camille Bowen-Forbes. You can find me on Facebook.
Okay.
And I do plan to start a website.
Okay. That's in the making.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Camille, thank you so much for coming on the show called One Step and sharing this absolutely beautiful story. By the way, before I get ahead of myself, was there anything else you wanted to leave with us before we wrap up?
Well, my son, Brandon, when I was leaving, he said, Mom, you should tell them, Mommy is what it calls. Mommy, you should tell them about your YouTube page. He said at the end, before you finish, just tell them to catch you on YouTube.
So you have a channel?
Yeah, that's what he said, my YouTube channel.
What's it called?
My YouTube channel, what is it called? It's called Camille Bowen-Forbes.
Okay, and it's based on...
It's mostly singing, so I love to sing. So it's my gospel singing. I have a few videos, maybe four videos up there. So he said, tell them about it.
So Dr. Camille Bowen-Forbes. That's what I should type in to find you.
If you type in Camille Bowen-Forbes, you should find it. I'm not sure if there's a doctor there.
Okay.
I don't wear it all the time, you know.
You never know.
And also I have a food business. It's called.
Tell us about that.
It's called H2D Foods.
Stick a pin. We are gonna have a follow-up show on our entrepreneurial journey and the business itself. So we're just giving you a taste that she didn't know I was gonna say that. So I literally just throw that in. Sorry, continue.
Yes, it's called H2D Foods for Healthy, Delicious, Divine.
Okay.
So people can find me at H2D_foods. That's on Instagram as well.
Okay. And
there's H2D.com, a website that I'm now working on.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. We'll have follow-up. Listen, there's more. All right. I'm just saying there's more. For our listeners who want to grab a copy of the book itself and follow your journey or connect with you, you literally just highlight that just now. Where else can they get the book itself?
So the book can be found on Amazon.ca and Amazon.com. It can be found at different Indigo stores across the city.
Yeah.
So right now it's in West Edmonton and South Common, and soon to be in Sherwood Park.
Okay.
Soon. And it's also at Audrey's bookstore. Yes.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Guys, we ask that you like, subscribe, share this content. Let's get a little bit more of Camille and her journey, and her daughter Carissa's gymnastic journey too as well. By sharing, other individuals can get to see the journey itself and be inspired. That's what we're here to do. So that's a wrap on the episode of the show called One Step. Let's talk about the journey. Remember, every dream starts with one small step. And sometimes the step is letting our stories out in the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. My name is Joel Bennett. You all take care and bye.
Thank you, Joel.
You're welcome.